Alright guys, so in this week's episode of Julie's Playbook, we're going to be talking about the Dolphins quarterback situation. What the heck are the Browns doing? And yes, of course, Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. All that and more when Julie's Playbook starts right now. So the first topic we have to talk about, of course, is what the heck are the Browns doing? And in short, what they're doing is building a dynasty. Of course, their quarterback already got the coach he wanted. Then they have a decent running back in Nick Chubb. And of course, Jarvis Landry's on the team as well. So what do? They pull in Odell Beckham Jr. and send Jabril Peppers to the New York Giants. That offense is going to be unstoppable. Of course, saying their offensive line can be just slightly above average. That's all they need to be with the weapons that they have. It's going to be an awesome Browns year. And heck, they might even win the conference. Alright guys, so the next topic we have to talk about, piggybacking off of what I just said, is Kareem Hunt. Of course, the former Kansas City Chiefs running back is now a Cleveland Brown. But he had all that off-the-field issues with the domestic violence. However, that has cost him. Yes, the Browns knew that something was going to happen, but he's suspended for half of the regular season. So that means the Browns are going to have to rely pretty much solely on Nick Chubb. Now, of course, the second half of the year, they're going to have a great run game with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Yes, Kareem Hunt was a great running back until his off-the-field issues happened. So Kareem Hunt's just going to be the missing piece for that Browns offense that really isn't broken right now. Alright guys, so yes, of course, it's that time again. We gotta talk about Antonio Brown. It is official that Antonio Brown is no longer a Pittsburgh Steeler. He is now an Oakland Raider. He said it was love at first sight when he saw Derek Carr, so he couldn't wait to go play with him. However, the Steelers kind of lost out on this deal because they only got a 3rd and a 5th round draft pick for him. Yes, it's a little iffy both ways, but what I think happened is age is working against Antonio Brown. He's not that 24, 25, 26-year-old wide receiver anymore. He's entering into his 30s, so what do I think is going to happen to Antonio Brown? He's going to become a Terrell Owens. Alright guys, so of course, when you talk about Antonio Brown, you gotta talk about the next diva that was once a Pittsburgh Steeler, Le'Veon Bell. What the heck did he do? The Steelers offered him $70 million. So he takes a $52.5 million contract, and some details on his contract is he's $8 million signing bonus, a $25 million fully guaranteed by Sunday, and the cash flow is $18.5 million year 1, $26 million year 2, $39.5 through year 3, and $52.5 million through year 4. I honestly don't know what he was thinking to take that big of a pay cut. I honestly don't understand why he didn't renegotiate with the Steelers and get at least a little bit more money. I honestly am lost for words of what Le'Veon Bell did. I guess we'll see what happens with him and Sam Darnold. Alright guys, so as you know, last year Vance McDonald became Ben Roethlisberger's security blanket, kind of like a Heath Miller. So what does that mean? It kind of outed Jesse James. And this past offseason, Jesse James said he's tired of playing with a team that's kind of like the Kardashians. So what happens now? Jesse James has a new home. He is now a part of the Detroit Lions team, where the Steelers don't play that much, so he kind of just pushed the Steelers out of his life. We don't know what's going to happen with Jesse James and Matt Stafford, but we will see. Alright guys, so the next topic we have to talk about is Steven Nelson and Dante Moncrief, the 2 newest members of the Pittsburgh Steelers squad. Nelson was once a Kansas City Chief and Moncrief was a Jacksonville Jaguar. Nelson is a corner and Moncrief is a wide receiver, both positions that the Steelers need. I look for them to kind of get a little bit more to help in that secondary. Wide receivers, I think we're okay, but there is talk that A.J. Brown might be drafted by the Steelers with the 20th pick overall. Of course, he did tweet out and say, if the Steelers draft me, I will be their new AB. Except that he's going to change his number. I got to laugh that somebody tweeted and said, why don't you just keep the same number so nobody has to buy new jerseys? We'll see what happens. Alright guys, so the next topic we have to talk about is Earl Thomas. Man, did I want him a part of the Pittsburgh Steelers squad, but he chose another AFC North rival. He is now a Baltimore Raven. Of course, the Ravens got rid of Eric Weddle, so I think Earl Thomas will sit well in Eric Weddle's spot. Alright guys, so the Miami Dolphins are in need of a quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, who was thinking about signing their... Alright guys, so the Miami Dolphins are in need of a quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, who was thinking about signing their sign with the Chargers. Ryan Tannehill shipped off to Tennessee. Brock Osweiler is a free agent. Who's going to be their quarterback? There's talk that Colin Kaepernick might come back, but of course there's been talk that he would come back for the last few years. Of course, Blake Bortles is an option, and maybe A.J. McCarron. But there's been no real word of who could be the quarterback of the future for the Miami Dolphins. I guess this free agency period or the NFL draft will tell. Alright guys, so the newest member of the Washington Redskins is Landon Collins. Here he wants to wear number 21. Of course, in memory of the great Sean Taylor, whose influence hit every player in the NFL. And now Landon Collins gets to honor him in one of the best ways possible. Hopefully for the Washington Redskins, he will play even half as good as Sean Taylor did. Alright guys, so more bad news for Kansas City Chiefs fans. Tyreek Hill was charged with battery involving a juvenile. There's no real word of what the whole storyline is yet. But what the heck's going on in Kansas City? Of course you had what happened with Kareem Hunt. Yes, he is now a Cleveland Brown. But for the Kansas City Chiefs, are they going to treat Tyreek Hill the same way? Is Tyreek Hill out with the Kansas City Chiefs? And I mean, I hate to say this, not saying that this is good at any time, but at least it happened before the draft, so now they know what they need. Alright guys, so that does it for this week's episode of Julie's Playbook. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. And of course, you guys have been sending me fantasy football requests. If you want to play any fantasy sport, that's at jgarnick9 on DraftKings. And stay tuned for later this week with a big announcement. But until next week, that's a wrap.